This is Vince Russo's The Brand.
Hey everybody, if you watched my previous show from last week with Bret Hart, where I discussed the Bret Hart-Eric Bischoff feud, it got taken down because I had audio from podcasts included in there, so I won't make that mistake again. So, thanks for tuning in. If you did tune into that, I'm sorry if you're disappointed it got taken down. Hey, I don't control that, but my paint's a little off this week. Anyway, welcome. Just got back from a Halloween party. I am starving. I was there way too long. It was my old community college. And this girl that's up the road, my friend, she's into me, I'm not into her. She went with me. I don't even know what the hell she went as. She had like this stupid outfit on. First of all, she tells me at like 4:30, okay, I'm going to start getting ready now. And I figure, you know what, today I don't feel like driving all the way or I'll paint it up. They're all painted up. So I figure I'd wait and I'd do it when I get there. But I pull up like 15, quarter to, I want to say 6, and, you know, we want to be there by 6:30. It takes 40 minutes to get there. She's still not ready yet, and then she wants to put on her makeup, I know, to look good for me, that I just want to scream and blurt, I'm not into you, okay? Don't you think I'd be all over you if I was into you? And I'm not. She's not the most attractive girl. She's a little silly, nice girl. She has that cleft lip deformity, if you ever see somebody born with that. And it is what it is. I'm not attracted to her. I'm sorry. But she took forever with that. And so then we went there, and I was jamming pretty good on the dance floor. I'm not really a dancer. I had a few cookies. Didn't really see anybody I knew. I try to go up to pretty girls. I don't know, but they just kind of look past me. And then her friend got into trouble. I don't want to say what happened. The guy was trying to, I don't know, do a little funny business with her, and she had to go to the police station. So like, there was like an hour and a half, 2 hours there where I was just me and her friend and her other friend. We're just there by ourselves with, you know, the rest of the people in the gym at this community college. And her friend, they're two goofballs. There's something wrong with them. They're a little, not really slow. They just have two odd voices. One of them sounds like she's from Brooklyn. She talks like this, but there's a deformity. I don't know. I guess, who does that remind me of? I don't know. There's a cartoon character that reminds me of. And the other one, he sounds like this. No, not like that. That's Dave Meltzer. He was like, and he talks sort of like this, but I'm not trying to make fun of the guy. I just get annoyed dealing with him all night, and it was just, he approached me funny, but it's not a big deal. The big deal was obviously, well, not a big deal, but then I had to wait for her, and they had the bright idea of walking from the gymnasium all the way, I think, like, across the whole campus to the police station when my car is right over there. And then we sit out in the cold, and we walk all the way back, and she's in there for like another good half an hour, you know, after she was already gone, filling out a police report. Then her friend needs a ride home, and he's like, I guess my dad is coming or something, I don't know, can you take her home, Nick? Okay, weird voice, I'll do that for you. And, no, not Kermit the Frog, it makes me think of Kermit the Frog. Anyway, I take her home. She's another 20 minutes away. The community college is 15 minutes from my house, so that's 35 minutes from my house. And then, so I just got home now, and I'm not complaining too much. It was just kind of tacky, and evening could have been better if I would have made out with a hot blonde, or if I could have had more notice for my Sting outfit. I got maybe 2 compliments, which I'll take. So, yeah, that's it. Also, notice the poster behind me, the Devils. Oh, yeah, that's what annoys me. I missed another Devils win and another Ranger loss. 4-3 overtime winner, or excuse me, 5-4 overtime winner over the Senators, who knocked out the Rangers last year. Honestly, that would have been a good game to see. And he sure has his first 2 goals of the season, so I can't wait to see the replays for that. Rangers lost in the shootout. They're still okay. I say if they lose 2 more games, they're in a big hole. But I don't know what's going on with them. It's early on, unfortunately. I would just like to see them not make the playoffs this year because I'm sick of it. I hate that franchise. But Devils, you have fast starts, but I think there's a lot of young talent on that roster, that guys that want to stay in the lineup. And so they don't want to go anywhere. This is another game, 5 goals. Actually, yeah, 5 goals. It wasn't a shootout winner. John Moore with the overtime winner. I love the 3-on-3. And I'm trying to think of anything else that happened this week. So, yeah, like I said, the video from last week got taken down, or flagged. So, in the future, I'll try not to do that. Miss Chantel Air. I wonder if she'll take Stevie Ray's request. If she needs me as backup, I haven't been on a plane since I was 10, but I would love to back her up. Although, I do have a lot of respect for Stevie Ray and all the WCW former stars, any professional wrestler. Mr. Stransky, I can't imagine my skinny ass getting in the ring. Maybe years of training in a certain style. I think I could take on Finn Balor, the Demon. Nick Kolakowski could take on Finn Balor. Brokenstinger could take on the Demon. And I didn't watch Raw this week, so as far as the whole Shield reunion goes, we'll see how long that lasts. Kane returning, you want to talk about a popcorn fart, holy crap. I miss the Big Red Machine. It's just not the same with the mask. He's running for mayor, too. I hope his opponents don't use that against him.
Alternate TV.
Come on, say hi to YouTube. Come on. Come here, honey. Aww. She actually came after Sandy to us. And she was at the door like she lived here. And my dad didn't want to keep her because, we had enough cats, and he tried to put her outside, but he gave in eventually. Aw, she's purring. Yeah, girl. What do you think? Hey, don't go there. Oh. She sheds like crazy. And she's glued to me for whatever reason, I guess because I'm a guy. But isn't it kind of funny she's black and white just like my paint? I guess I don't have a crow, I have a black and white cat. If somebody wants to send me a crow or a Super Nintendo game, I have a list. Just do that for me, please. Aww, she's purring.
Anything goes on the weekend freak show. Get to know all the music is my pretty asshole. Anything goes. Oh boy, just kiss my fucking asshole.
Take these out. Mouth guard. Wearing it at night because I found out maybe, a few weeks ago? No, months ago. Oh, you grind your teeth, the dentist said. It's a whole nother story, but just one of the few things I have to deal with. So, it's very thin, not thick because I feel like I start choking if it's thicker. Anyway, just got done listening to the That's Life podcast with Vince, and a lot of it speaks to me. I just finally met him this weekend at the convention in Jersey he was talking about. And I got there maybe about an hour late. So kind of kicking myself for not being there an hour earlier, but I was up all night, and it's another reason why I struggled getting another job recently. But I was up all night, so I got there late. I got there, I walked around the whole room, and sure enough, he was, if I had just made a left, I would have met him. But I walked around the whole room, and I walked up, and I'm thinking, what should I say? A good opening line would have been, so what do you think, 150 pounds, or lighter, heavier? What do you think, Uncle Vince? And I didn't say anything. I was kind of nervous. Don't know why. Social anxiety kind of went out the window a long time ago when you start worrying about bigger things. But he's a big dude, too. That's another thing. DDP, when I met him. But anyway, he started laughing like, look at this guy, and then he gave me a hug. And he pulled me aside, and we talked for like 15, 20 minutes about important stuff. Life. Because he sees my stuff on Twitter. And, you know, the depressed posts I put. I don't mean to depress people. Unfortunately, it's my situation, but it's my gimmick too. It's Brokenstinger, not just Stinger. Not that guy. Brokenstinger. And, so it was nice of him to do that. He didn't have to do that. And, Shane Douglas came and joined us, and it's always nice talking to him. He's, in another video I said he kind of goes on and on about stuff, because I feel bad, because he's a nice guy. And he explained he was through a lot, and he'll sit and educate you and talk to you for as long as you want. So there's a couple things I forgot to tell him. You know, maybe I could tell him on here. Let's see, off the top of my head, he's got me in the shower. I sing That's Life a little and Margaritaville when I'm feeling down. And the Margaritaville theme, you know, the stuff Josh created, it was my idea. I don't like to take credit, but I just wanted to, you know, put it out there, show him I had a little bit of a creative mind. What else? Also, just going over Castrating the Marks, how I love when he gets all worked up about, this is a 50-year-old man, or a 48-year-old man, and he gets all worked up. So I would have liked to have brought that up with him, but maybe if he's listening in, he'll hear this. So, and I'm trying to think of anything else I wish I could have brought up with him while he was there. Oh, a ton of stuff. Maybe stuff with Bret Hart. He mentioned, we brought up Bret Hart real quick, how he doesn't like Bischoff, and I just wanted to say, you know, Bret, he spouts a lot of negativity, as I've been saying in the last episode, and, you know, some of it justified, but he's kind of dwelling on the negative, it seems like. I could be wrong, and, you know, I'm not a religious guy, but I think a scientific approach would be law of attraction. And if you're focusing a lot on what you don't like, you're going to create more of what you don't like. And vice versa. If you focus on what you do like, you're going to create more of what you do like. So, just some food for thought. I don't know how it works. My life's kind of a train wreck. My mind's all over the place, so maybe that's why my life's all over the place. Who knows? But, yeah, if you want to look into that, if you're not religious, look up law of attraction. And that was just more of what Vince was talking about today, with the what's in your sandbox and what are you focusing on. And, you know, he's talking about the people at this convention. You know, I went because I wanted to meet him, and, you know, it was cool meeting some other wrestlers. Scott Steiner was kind of a dick. Kinda, just long story short, but not a mean dick, you know. It was kind of like, he was there to make money, you know. There to make money, it's his job, and, you know, I said something to him like, oh, what you said about Triple H was cool, and he gave me, like, a kind of a smart-ass answer. So, Road Warrior Animal was cool, and Rosemary. I met them, and she's actually not wearing, Rosemary from TNA, she's not wearing the full face paint anymore. She's got, like, half up her nose, like, half of her face covered from her nose down, and she said it's because she got tired of getting paint in her eyes. Like, when I finish up with the paint, when I wash it off, I get a little bit, you know, little blotches and beads, little bits of it. That's why I try to scrape it around the eye before I wash, and it gets annoying to get it out. She had the same problem, and I said I can only imagine during the middle of a match, and she said, yeah, she got tired of it, so she's doing that. I can't imagine what the Stinger went through when he wrestled, because he, you know, the whole face was painted. And I found out what paint I should be using. It's actually a brand you can get at, like, hardware stores, not hardware stores, like places like Michael's, or anywhere, I guess, that sells, like, craft paints and stuff, because I've been using, like, a water-based body paint. The stuff the stuff is a pain in the butt to scrub off sometimes. Or not sometimes, it is. And this stuff chips right off. Like, that's what Road Warrior Hawk told me. Was it Animal or Hawk? No, Animal, excuse me, Hawk passed away, apologies. So I'm going to look into that, because I've been, mastering with the water-based, and it doesn't come out as fine. So who knows if I can do better with the better stuff. But we'll see. Mouth guard again. See if I can talk like this. I'll be heard. Lieutenant Dan. Man. Ugh. But yeah, at the convention, it was cool. It was cool seeing him, and like I said, he didn't have to pull me aside like that. I went in the bathroom and did my paint real quick, and I came out, he was there, and he got a chuckle, and then that was like the last time I saw him. So my theory is I scared him off before I can get a picture with him. So a little irritated I didn't get a chance to get a picture or an autograph from Vince, but maybe some other day. And just getting back to, I guess, real quick sidetrack here. The Bret Hart thing I've been talking about with the video that got pulled down last week. I saw another interview that was actually up previously before the recent one with Sam Roberts, and I don't remember the podcast name. You can look it up. Bret Hart drops bombs on HBK and Bischoff. And he goes on about the same thing. For the first time he revealed in this interview, and then he carried on about it in Sam Roberts, was that when he approached Shawn Michaels about Survivor Series and he said he was going to face him, like he said, he had no problem being a total professional in the ring, and he would never take liberties, and then HBK basically told him, I can't say the same thing for you. And that was the whole reason why he didn't want to lose to Shawn in Montreal, not because of money or being in Canada or whatever. That was the reason. He revealed it in that podcast and then talked about it on Sam Roberts. But in that podcast previously with the drops bombs on HBK and Bischoff, there's a guy, and there's a gentleman interviewing him. One of the interviewers is basically kissing his ass. He's like, yeah, I don't think HBK is top 10, and you made Shawn Michaels, and it's just making me sick. It shouldn't, because I don't know why I should care that much. Again, maybe getting back to Vince talking about there's a void in your life, probably, for me to care about something that has no effect on my life. But anyway, it's just pissing me off. And Bret is kind of sitting there kind of like, yeah, you're right. And he said something before that, like, oh, I don't want to drop the belt to somebody that doesn't respect me, especially somebody not in my league. And I don't know if he said that a little tongue-in-cheek, but I think Bret is just, he has to let all this negativity go because he's holding so much of it in. And he talked about in the next interview, like, if you have something in your life that's really eating away at you, and you just can't stop thinking about it, and it's not doing you any good, to dig it up and take care of it. And he was referencing when him and Shawn Michaels buried the hatchet. But I don't know. I think he just thinks about, he's still pissed off about it to this day. I mean, Montreal's going to be 20 years ago now, and he still carries on like it happened yesterday. I'm not in his boots, so, not my position, but I just don't like, again, the interviews. I just don't like how he brings up attacking all these guys when they're not there to defend themselves. A lot like Cornette. And the funny thing with Cornette is, and Bischoff, a couple months ago they were burying Vince when he wasn't there to defend himself, and I wish I had my show then because I would have had an opinion. But, what goes around comes around now. The Italian midget, as Cornette likes to call Mr. Santino Marella, and then Bischoff with Bret, they've got some other guys shooting on them when they're not there to defend themselves. And they got their own little side battles right now, so what goes around comes around. Nobody can be fully happy. But I asked Vince what he thought of Bret and Owen in terms of, like, in my opinion, they just weren't going to thrive in the Attitude Era, because I saw another interview with Michaels where he said Owen, basically good wrestler, but he and Brett fell into the same trap of, instead of like really adding some spice to the for their creativity, for their characters, they'd be the ones that'd come up and be like, what do you got for me? And you're not really going to thrive because you're not really putting your effort and your heart into your character, and it's going to show on TV, in my opinion. Basically, I can get more detail with it, but yeah, I guess that's all I got to say about that right now. But check out those interviews. HBK Bret Hart drops bombs on HBK and Bischoff, and then the following interview after that with Sam Roberts, and then the following interview with Sam Roberts with Bischoff responding. It's some interesting material, and you really see what I talk about, where Bret he comes off as somebody that has holding a lot of negativity. Speaking of negativity, I don't want to get too negative, but yeah, I can't join the, today's Tuesday, I can't join the video calling session, where you call in and talk to Vince. I don't remember what it's called, because I'll be at work again. Well, I can call in, but it'll be at work with my shades on, because I can't go painted up. And I'm thinking it's just my luck that, of course, with this job, it starts at 10, and they start their show at 10. So, we'll see. I'm looking for another job. I need insurance because my teeth are screwed up, and not screwed up, but I need dental, and I need to get my life together. But it'd been cool to appear on the show. I'm debating, even tonight, I'm debating not going in, but it would mean I'm fired because I'm on thin ice, basically, with coming in late, because I just don't care about the job anymore. It's a quick check. And if my life wasn't a train wreck, I wouldn't have been working there in the first place. But yeah, we'll see. If not this week, I'm going to try to get someone to cover me next week, and it sucks. I just want to get on the show, come hell or high water, all painted up, ready to go, want to contribute. I don't know if I'll ever get on Castrating the Marks again or anything like that. Apparently Lazy Lover Lane didn't want me on there, or didn't want me to stay on there. Like you, Jeff. But yeah, we'll see. I would like to get on that show at least once, all painted up, before it ends. Apparently it might end because people are calling in kissing his ass instead of debating. If he wants, I have a few things I can debate with him. But I guess that's it for now. If this was kind of all over the place, it's my gimmick, Brokenstinger. And I kind of improvise this. I don't really sit down with notes. It's whatever's on my mind. So, I guess that's it for this week. If you like what you saw, give me a like, subscribe, check out The Brand. There's the website, Vince Russo's The Brand. Check out his shows on the Realm Network. Castrating the Marks is probably the best of the bunch. But That's Life is probably the best of the bunch. That's the most important. Speaks to me a lot. And I'm sure it speaks to a lot of you. So check that out, like and subscribe. And I don't have my bat next to me, but that's okay. Tune in next week. The only thing for sure about me and my show is nothing's for sure. Woo! Good night, everybody. I was wooing, Ma.
This is Vince Russo's The Brand.